one Azure Load Balancer, and this is about distributing incoming traffic across multiple services or virtual machines, and due to that, Azure Load Balancer provides high availability and network performance to your applications. And there can be different ones. One would be public facing load balancer. It would face the internet. And second is internal load balancer for internal traffic. And very important, there are health props using HTTP, HTTPS or TCP, so what we can see whether the application is alive or is healthy. Use cases, there will be of course web applications, because you are checking using on HTTP traffic, whether port 80 or 443 for HTTPS, port 80 for HTTP. You could use for session persistence, source IP, cookie based health monitoring with the HTTP props or TCP props. But mostly it's about HTTP traffic and monitoring of the health based on HTTP props. Database cluster for read replicas, connection pooling. Also for health checks, this is a bit less common, but I only mention the same for microservices. Think about service discovery or traffic distributions or circuit breaking. But very important, it has performance features such as high availability. I mentioned at the beginning of this class. It's zone redundant, and there's automatic failover. It's also very much scalable, provides low latency for even millions of flows, and it has embedded security such as DDoS protection and network security. Let me just show it in the Azure. Okay, I think my keyboard. Oh, my keyboard is back. Maybe battery to my keyboard is not the best. Yes, so if I look for load balancer here, load balancers, then if you look here, they're also here. Then I can create one. I can create a standard one or gateway load balancer. I will just create a standard one for the basic course, and then I will create in this resource group my keyboards are Azure Load Testing. I will make it in Europe standard. You can so if, for example, here I can distribute the traffic to backend resources or direct traffic to network virtual appliances. It's again, I had the choice before. Type internal or public. I will create a public tier, regional or global. If you select global, it can be only deployed to a home region. I will create the regional, so I don't have potentially problems on the validation check. Front-end IP configuration, so I can add IP addresses here. I will not gonna to add this. One moment. Oh, sorry, I have to create one. My IP address, IP can be associated. Oh. My name, address, zone redundant. So this is what I mentioned during the slide on performance features. Here I can create the routing preference also. So if you sell like Microsoft, then the global network delivers traffic via Microsoft global network closest to the user. Internet is through the ISP network. I create the internet this time. Okay, I have it. Now I go to backend pools. If you create a backend pool, then I will create some extra IP configurations. I'm not going to do it. So I go inbound rules. You can here, this is very important. Here you can define the inbound rules for the traffic, for the incoming traffic, because inbound means incoming. I'm not gonna do it. For outbound, for the traffic which is going outside, I can also do it. Tags, and let's see if we are good. Okay, let's try to create it. Okay, we were again successful, and so now here there are many options. Again, front-end IP configuration. So this is what we configured. If I access here, nothing will happen for now. Backend pools. So you can see this is related to define the group of resources that we serve the traffic. We leave it. Health props, load balancing rules. Yeah, but what we'll do, we will inbound, not outbound rules, by the way. But we'll create a health probe. One, so demo. Okay, demo health probe. TCP on protocol, which can be here. And what I will do is default port. I will leave it the default interval. So this is the amount of time between probe attempts. So every 5 seconds we will try to get some information, and then I click save. Okay, so we are good. Now what we'll do, we will be creating a load balancing rule. So I create an add. I will say this time I'll be very nasty. I will say just whatever load balance. I will leave it like this, IP4. Here I will select this one, which I already created before during the creation of the load balancer. Protocol TCP, again port 80, backend pool 1. Here I'm not sure, to be honest, but I have this one. Session persistence, you can also read about these ones. I leave it by none. Idle time I leave by default. We can enable TCP reset, floating IP. This is very advanced. And if I just I need to create a backend pool. Sorry, backend pool. Backend pool. My backend pool. Okay. Backend pool configuration. I can select by IP address or NIC. Here I'm getting a warning because the backends are not secure by default and still use the default outbound accents because I am not I'm not having any rules, but I will create it like this. Okay, we are there. And the last one, I can create the load balance rules again. Whatever IP for my IP address, backend pulse there for 80, backend port I also add 80, demo, this I leave default by default, and then I click save. Okay, so we have it. Yes, this is unreachable. Yes, so when it comes to one moment, I can go. I want to show you one more thing. Because now if I go to my virtual machine, then I can go to load balancing, and then I can add one moment. Azure balancer, resource group. Okay, this is correct. Yeah, it should be here, but okay, I will just quickly create a new one. Load balancer 2, TCP, okay. Yeah, but why I want to? Yeah, I think I messed it up a little bit. But okay, I will just get back to the other load balancer which we have done. So now we set up the health probes. We set up the backend pools, and we have all the front-end configuration. One moment. And then we were able to create the load balancing rules. Then this one you would attach to your application, which I failed sadly, to the virtual machine I wanted to show, and then this would have been distributing your traffic. So whether you have a virtual machine or whether you would have any other application, the Azure app load balancer is balancing out your incoming traffic. But and for that you need the health probes, so you are checking whether it is healthy or not. To have a health probes, you need to have backend pools, as what we have seen, and the front-end IP configuration, which we showed at the beginning. This is a bit difficult to demo. If I would be able to show the demo, then basically I would open my monitoring, one on metrics, and then I could show some some kind of metrics, for example, and then I would be having some kind of data here, and then I would see how it distributes. Or in a virtual machine, in virtual machine, one moment, we would also have in monitoring, we could also have yeah, I need to enable this. We would also have some kind of metrics here, for example CPU average or network, or also the traffic, but that's how you use the load balancer. You want to have you want to distribute the traffic. One moment, I will just try to access the second IP address. But I think it will also fail. Yeah, I made some mistake with some configuration that yeah, I cannot access the address publicly. But anyways, this was a little bit confusing, but we were able to go through the Azure load balancer, set it up. Testing I failed, but we wouldn't be able to see anything. Yeah, anything, because we will need to monitor the application for long hours, and then we could see and it will need to have a traffic, and then we could see how it distributes. But the most important is that you know that load balancer is about distributing traffic across multiple applications or virtual machines. It provides high availability and fault tolerant. It's and that's what you need to know for the fundamentals, not more. What more? It supports both public and internal load balancing. What we have seen also, that we had the choice. Health props ensure only healthy instances receive traffic. We have seen this as well. And there was automatic failover when instances became unavailable. I mean, there is, and there are of course cost-effective solutions for scaling applications. I will delete this one because we will. So load balancer, this one which I created, I will delete because yeah, I don't want to be extra charge. Maybe you notice that even Microsoft has a bug on production. There was deleting resource object. Okay, and then I go there. Just a good practice. When you do exercise, you do every exercise, we don't need anymore, just delete it. And we'll start a new subsection, how to say, Azure databases. There will be very exciting one. We'll talk about different types of databases which are available in Azure, but I will start on that in the next recording.